Do you ever get a craving for cheesecake but then think it's way too much work on a busy day? You know, the crust, the baking, the chilling, sometimes it feels like you need a whole afternoon just for one slice. But what if you could skip all that and still get that flavor you love in 5 minutes? Today I'm showing you my quick and healthy cheesecake in a glass recipe, and as we go we'll tackle some of the biggest cheesecake struggles together, all without losing flavor. So let's dive in. One of the biggest struggles with traditional cheesecake is the process itself. There's pressing the cookie crumbs into the base, then beating the cream cheese filling, baking or setting it without overcooking, and then waiting, sometimes for hours, before you can even take a bite. With this parfait approach, you skip all of that. You just layer, spoon, and enjoy. Same creamy, indulgent flavor ready in minutes instead of hours. That's huge if you get a busy schedule or if you need a sweet treat right now. Another problem with traditional cheesecake, in my opinion, is portion control. You know how easily one slice can turn into 2 or 3 when the whole cake is sitting in front of you. So more often than not, you end up either overeating or stressing over whether you should have another tiny slice. But with these individual cheesecakes, each serving is already perfectly sized. There's no stress, no guilt. You can enjoy your cheesecake without feeling like you went overboard. The next thing I want to talk about is nutrition. Traditional cheesecakes are loaded with sugar, cream cheese and heavy crusts, which make them delicious but not exactly something you can enjoy guilt-free. That's why I love this version. For the most part, I swap the heavy cream cheese for Greek yogurt, which is packed with protein, and only use a tiny bit of sweetener. And the crust, I completely remove the butter and replace it with unsweetened applesauce. I use butter in my cooking, but one stick adds over 800 calories to a recipe. With these changes, you still get all that classic cheesecake flavor, but it's lighter and more nutritious. Here's another thing, making a full-size cheesecake isn't very convenient when everyone in the house has different tastes. I love peanut butter cheesecake, my wife's all about the blueberry, and the kids, of course, they want chocolate. So if I were making a big one, I have to choose one flavor and hope everyone's on board. But with these single portion cheesecakes, that problem disappears. You can mix up different variations all in minutes, so everyone gets their favorite. To get started, I'm using 5 oatmeal cookies for the base, nothing fancy, just whatever you have on hand. Homemade or store-bought works, but I like whole grain ones without chocolate chunks or dry fruit. If you need gluten-free or vegan, just pick a version that fits your needs. I'm also adding about 3 tablespoons of mixed nuts, which give a bit of richness and healthy fats. And I pulse them a few times in a food processor until they turn into fine crumbs. Instead of butter, which is usually the go-to option, I mix 1 tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce. It has just enough moisture to hold the crumbs together while keeping that nice crumbly texture. Now for the cheesecake filling, I mix together 2 cups of Greek yogurt, half cup of cream cheese, just enough to give it a little more body, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2.5 tablespoons of honey for sweetness, but any other syrup works too. I whip it with a hand mixer until it's smooth and creamy. Then it's all about layering. I spoon some cheesecake filling into a glass, add a layer of cookie crumb mixture, and top it with fresh or frozen mixed berries. I simmer with a splash of water until saucy, like a quick compote. You can use any fruit you love, or even swirl in peanut butter or a little melted dark chocolate. Then I just repeat the layers once more. And that's it, no baking, no waiting, just grab a spoon and you can enjoy it immediately. So instead of being a sugar bomb, this cheesecake in a glass sneaks in protein from the Greek yogurt, fiber from the fruit and oats, and way less sugar than a traditional cheesecake. So it doesn't just taste amazing, it actually fuels you, whether you enjoy it as a snack, dessert, or even for breakfast. So next time you're craving cheesecake but don't have the time, give this quick version a try. Or check out my lemon cheesecake overnight oats, one of the most interesting ways to enjoy overnight oats I've tried so far. Thanks so much for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Stay healthy, stay happy.